Hey guys, it's Kathy from kathysepamaki.com. I am sharing my journey in my life as an empath. I am an energy wellness coach, and I'm sharing that so that I can help you learn how to manage your energy so that you can feel better and live your best life as an empath, a highly sensitive person, anything like that. So today I wanted to come by really quickly because one of the things that I know that I struggled with for a really long time in my own life before I understood my own energy sensitivity level was that I felt like there was something wrong with me. I was told a lot when I was younger that I was overly sensitive, overly dramatic, I overreacted to things all the time, and I was constantly being told by others in my life and made to feel like there was something wrong with me. And for a really long time in my life, I did feel like I was flawed in some way, like there was just something that was so wrong with me that I shouldn't be around other people. I felt like I was a monster, and it really wasn't that at all. And I think that it's common when you don't understand energy sensitivity to at times be labeled a problem person. I work as a music director at a theater here in my hometown, and I work with the youth theater program. And, it's one thing that I've noticed. We did auditions recently for the next youth production that we're going to be working on, and I could see how the really energy sensitive kids responded to that. So, when we announced the cast list, most of the kids, you could tell when they were disappointed, and, some of them you might be able to see them tear up. But my super sensitive babies, they were the ones that would literally burst into tears and cry for 30 minutes. Like it was hard for them to focus. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about energy sensitivity and kind of what it is. And I want to let you know that if you do deal with energy sensitivity, and by the way, energy sensitivity is kind of the general term that I use when I talk about empaths, highly sensitive people, light workers, energy workers, all of these people who really just feel and respond to the energy in the world around them on greater levels than the average person. So we're dealing with what is known as sensory processing sensitivity. Now, this is not the same thing as sensory processing disorder, which is a legitimate disorder that would require professional treatment. Sensory processing sensitivity is just another term for a central nervous system that is super sensitive. What this means for us is that we feel things and experience energy in the world on a much stronger level. So, for instance, if we were to watch a scary movie, all right, on television, and by the way, most of us don't like scary movies, our experience of that emotionally may be like 10 times stronger than the average person, all right? It's one of the reasons why if you watch something that's really, really sad, it's not unheard of for somebody who is energy sensitive to just start like sobbing. That certainly has happened to me many times. So we just have a very super strong sensitivity to the energy in the world around us. What do I mean when I'm talking about energy? That can be anything from the energy that's coming from the emotions of others around us. That can be energy in our food. That can be energy in the cleaning products we use, in our environment. That can be the energy of the programming we watch on television, whether it's movies or television programs, things that we watch online, on social media, anything like that can have an impact, and we just respond to that much more strongly than most other people. Now, we are in a minority. 15 to 20% of the population is energy sensitivity. And there is a spectrum of sensitivity that I will talk about in a later video. But 15 to 20% of us are dealing with this. And the world isn't really set up in an optimal way for us to thrive. The good news is, however, that more and more of us are learning how to handle our energy sensitivity and are kind of spreading the word. I really kind of learned about my empathness about a decade ago. I think was the first time that I ran across something online and kind of started learning then more about who I was. That's ramped up more in the past several years, and I have a greater understanding of who I am, to the point that I no longer feel as if there's something wrong with me. If you are energy sensitive, there isn't anything wrong with you. You aren't broken, you aren't damaged, you aren't faulty, you aren't a problem person. You're just more sensitive to the world around you and within you than other people. And the great news is that there are some really good tips and tricks to learn how to manage that. So, that's one of the reasons why I just have kind of felt the pull to start sharing more about my own life, my own experiences. Of course, if you have been following and subscribing to my channel, then I do have my weight loss journey that has been going on. Gaining weight is really, really common, as are addictions, especially the higher up the energy sensitivity scale you go. We just can become so overloaded and so overwhelmed by the energy of the emotions around us and external situations and the world within us. And so it's real easy to try to soothe ourselves with food or drugs or alcohol or shopping or gambling or sex or whatever it is. And so when you learn how to manage your energy in a healthier way, it can allow you to be healthier and happier overall. And that's what I've been doing. That's one of the reasons I started sharing my own weight loss journey. I'm living proof that, you can overcome those things, even when you're energy sensitive. And I do a lot of energetic self-care on a daily basis. For us, self-care is not an option. It really is a necessity. And it's really a mandatory part of my life. And it has allowed me, even in the midst of a pandemic, and, of course, then we had election season last year, all of that kind of stuff can be really overwhelming. Social media has been extremely energy overwhelming for a lot of people. And so for me, it just was a good time for me to focus on managing my energy. And I'm going to be sharing a lot of tips and tricks of things that you can do to help calm your nervous system down a little bit, to start recognizing when you are overwhelmed, so that you start recognizing that being energy sensitive, being an empath or a highly sensitive person doesn't have to be a curse. There are a lot of beautiful things that come from it. And when you have an understanding of how to manage your energy and to release the energy, so much of isn't even yours. We hold a lot of energy instead of allowing it to flow on out of us, and a lot of it isn't even ours. And we're sucking up like a sponge. We're sucking up all the emotional energy of people around us, and but I just wanted to drop by today and to start helping you to recognize and understand that your sensitivity isn't an issue. It isn't a disorder. You're not broken. By the way, if you aren't really sure if you are energy sensitive and you're trying to learn more, I have an energy sensitivity quiz right on my website. It's kathysupamaki.com. You can go there. You don't have to give your email address to get results or anything like that. It's just a list of different character traits that you can go through, and then it gives you an idea. You can get an idea of where you may be. Obviously, the more of the traits you have, the higher up on the spectrum you're going to be. But once you learn how to manage it, you're going to find that life is a whole lot easier. So, all right, so guys, you're not broken. You're not broken. You're not flawed. You're not a monster. you know, there's a reason why you respond the way you do, and it's okay. And it's okay to learn to love yourself, who you are. So, all right, guys, please make sure you continue to follow me, subscribe to me on social media, and then make sure you subscribe also on YouTube, and then click the little bell button also if you want to be notified anytime I release new content there, and they will send you a notification. All right, guys. All right, have a great rest of your day. I'm sending lots of love and positive energy your way. And I can't wait to see you on our next video. Bye, guys.